today's episode, we're going to revisit my past. So I've told this story many times before in my past, but I'm going to tell it again like it's like a brand new person, because there's like a lot more people on my channel now who might not have known of what I did in my past. Like millions of people, I used to watch a YouTuber called Logan Paul back in like 2000. I think I started watching in like 2017-ish, around that time. But I was a huge fan of him, but like I didn't really think anything of it. But I'd say about maybe like a year of like watching him, I got into a pretty bad car accident. I was maybe going like 50, 55 miles per hour, and I slammed into the back of a parked car that was parked in the middle of the road. I didn't see it because I was going up a hill, and as soon as it dips, he parked right there in the middle of the road where I couldn't see him. So by the time that I saw him, I was already in front of him, so I smashed into the back of his car. And the backstory for that is I was put at fault for those charges, which I don't think that I should be held for those charges, but it's like that's already resolved in my past, so that's whatever. But that kind of scrambled me up a little bit. Like I was pretty shooken up, and it should have been like a normal car accident, you know, like a week goes by and you're completely back to normal. Like I had no broken bones. I was for the most part fine. The crazy thing about that, a few moments before the car accident, I put my seatbelt on when I was coming home. I've done that twice. I've been in another accident within a truck, and I remember in the truck, like I put the seatbelt on and I tightened it. I remember doing that specifically, and this lady ran a stop sign, and I slammed into that car. And then with the Logan Paul accident, I put the seatbelt on, so thankfully I didn't, fly through the freaking windshield. But I did the very stupid thing of going to the hospital. I shouldn't have gone to the hospital. I was trying to kind of play it up a little bit, like, oh, you fucking injured me. But then they put me on medication. And when they put me on medication, that was just like almost like injecting rabies into like a dog or something. And like I went batshit crazy. So going back to Logan Paul, during that time, I started watching his videos, and like it was like Logan Paul, and I'm popping pills, all by a doctor, which was very stupid. It was 3 different kinds. One was Depakote, and then the other 2 I forgot. So I'm like popping pills. A few months goes by, and I miraculously find Logan Paul's address. Like this was way before you could just Google it. Now it's like on a public record of like you can literally Google Logan Paul's address, and it just shows up, and it shows the mansion, But this was way before it was like private, this was like when he actually lived out here in Encino by Los Angeles, where I live now. And I found his address, and I went on Google Maps, and they were so smart that they showed the house before he upgraded it with like the fence. But the point is I had it, and I was so strung out on medication that it was like, during that time I didn't have a car. And then within that week, out of nowhere, like the universe almost gave it to me, I see a Ford Expedition on the side of the road that was for sale for $400. And I had maybe like $500. So I buy it. I get the title in my name. I put in the address, and the Ford Expedition can only go 55 miles per hour, but I get on the freeway and I go 55 miles per hour all the way to Logan Paul's house. And I remember it was deep in traffic, so I think it was like a 3-hour drive that I drove right to his front gate. And once I get there, instead of just normally walking up, knocking on the door and saying like, hey man, I'm a huge fan, I want to be part of this, I want to work, I want to anything you have at all, I literally cut the grass for free or do something. Instead of doing that like a normal person, I literally start screaming at the top of my lungs, Logan, Logan, literally screaming, freaking out. And then the security guard came over and he started trying to calm me down and everything like that. And then he had the button to open Logan's gate right here. He had it hanging right here, so I just poke it and I just click. And then he grabs me and he holds me against the Ford Expedition, but this dude's this tall, so I'm just let me go, and he's no, and I'm just okay. So I easily break away from that, and I'm screaming, and the gate is opening, so I could clearly just run in, which I'm kind of glad that I didn't, and I'm kind of sad that I didn't, but I didn't run in, but I saw a glimpse of the front of his house, and then I'm screaming, I'm running around, I start crying, I'm I need help, and it gets to a point where it was it got quiet again, and it's the security guards out there, and then he starts giving me a pep talk. Oh, this is not how you're supposed to, whatever, shut up, and in that moment, I was sitting on the sidewalk, or outside of his house, and I'm sitting there, and that would have been a perfect golden moment to get in my Ford Expedition and leave, right? Wrong. I didn't freaking do that. I see a squad car pull up, a police squad car, and I see a second one pull up behind it, and I'm sitting there and I'm acting calm. At this point, I'm it's whatever. And then 4 more squad cars pull up, and then they say what they say, they do the normal things that you see on cops of all right, turn around, and I turn around, they're put your hands behind your back, and then a police officer came over to me and they pat me down and everything, see if I had any weapons on me, and then they handcuffed me, and then I'm handcuffed. And then he brings me over to the squad car, and they put me in the back of the squad car, and I'm sitting in the back of the squad car, and keep in mind they had to put two handcuffs on me because I couldn't I couldn't do that, so they had to put 2 on me. I'm a little bit more flexible now, I guess. Then I'm sitting in the back of the squad car for a good maybe 10-20 minutes, and then I hear the helicopter. There was a helicopter with a spotlight. I'm oh shit. And I'm sitting there, and I'm waiting for them to come back, get me out of the vehicle, unhandcuff me, and then be hey man, you need to leave this property and you cannot come back or something. But the police officers just get in the squad car and we start driving away, and I'm oh no. I was just oh, I felt that bad. I'm thinking that. And the thing about my medication, it really wasn't an act, it wasn't a joke, because I remember, everything that I was hearing, every single, side conversation that I would hear from, a random person, I swear I thought that they were talking about me. And then, I was, hearing all the radio traffic over the police, and I thought that, I swear to God, I thought it was Logan speaking over the radio and like a whole bunch of people. And I remember they brought me down to the station, they put me in a room, and I swear to God, I thought that they were going to bring Logan Paul around so that he could speak to me. Like, I was literally batshit crazy. And clearly they didn't. They moved me from that room to the actual county jail. I hung out there for a while, and which I think was a while. It wasn't like a long while. It was like maybe a day and a half or something. But like when you're in jail, like it feels like a long ass time. Fast forward, I go through like the court system. They do this. All right, you're free. You're good to go. And then I go to Paramount Studios. I get arrested over there. I get those charges. Thankfully, that bail was only $1,000. The bail for Logan Paul was $20,000, and you're supposed to pay like 10% of it or something. And for the Paramount Pictures, it was only $1,000, which was crazy. But I go through all that shit, and like, you know, I'm still like strung out on these medications and shit, run around doing all this crazy shit. And I go fast forward a lot. I go back to Logan Paul's house in total, maybe like 5 different times in total. Like 5 or 6 different times in total. You know, I got to see Mike. Mike came out. You know, he dapped me up and all that shit. Fucking, which was cool. But I wasn't satisfied until the very last time that I finally went. And I was going to Bradley Martin's gym to see if he did personal training, and he wasn't there. So I thought, for the hell of it, I'll go back to Logan Paul's house. You know, everything's freaking good. It's just like everything was good with me. Like, I kind of moved out of the government housing that I was living in. I had my Dodge Challenger before the truck, and like 10 days after what I'm about to tell you, I got my freaking apartment in Los Angeles, which I still live in right now. And like, I went back to Logan Paul's house, and the gate was just open. It's like they moved out to Puerto Rico and the gate was just open, but it's like he was still actively there because his freaking 4x4 square G-Wagon was still out front. And the video's on my channel. I think I'll put it in the description below if you want to go watch that video too. It's like, and I walked into Logan Paul's front courtyard, and like it was just me there, and I like pulled out my camera and I made a video. And like, I remember getting back in my Challenger, going back to Santa Monica Beach, because that's where I was living at the time. And like, it kind of felt like I didn't, but it's like the feeling that I got, I was like, I did it. I was like, I got inside, and I got like such, like, I was thinking about it on the freeway. I was like, what the fuck just happened? I was like, I just walked into Logan Paul's house and nothing happened. It's a really trippy video. You guys should go watch it. Like, I literally just walk right in, and his freaking big ass G-Wagon, $300,000 vehicle is like the only thing that's fucking left. It was so surreal. Like, and I was like driving down the freeway. I was like, what the hell just happened? And I was like, I kind of did it. And like, from that point on, I was just kind of like done with like Logan Paul. It's just like, I got everything out of him that like I kind of like wanted. And like, it like freed me up of like trying to like, all right, dude, all right, Paul, this guy, all right, what are you gonna do on YouTube? Like, what are you gonna create? And like, it really, really sucks because sometimes I look at other YouTubers and I'm like, damn, I want to be doing that. I want to be like them. I want to have that. I want to have those viewerships. I want to have those subscriber counts. I want to be living where they're living. I want to be like that. And like, it really, really sucks at the end of the day. It's just like, it's not like that. Like, I can't be Logan Paul. And like, it fucking sucks because he's like a dope ass dude, you know? It's like, fuck, I want to be like that. And like, it's like, I just realized it's just like, maybe I'm never gonna have what I want out of YouTube. But the only thing is just like, at the end of the day, it's like, I can just be me, and I can just focus on building myself until I get to the point of where I wouldn't want to be anybody else. And that sucks, man. That sucks because it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of time. You gotta work out every single day. You gotta eat right. You have to educate yourself. And it's just like, that fucking sucks because that's like the most difficult shit to do for me personally. And it's just like, you know, but it's like with that, it's like, it does suck, but it's just like, I'm kind of happy with that. You know, it's just like, I really just, I want to do something fun on this channel, you know? I want to honestly, I want to freaking move out of my freaking apartment.
Bills in Alvey, 2 cents a dark, I'm making it back. If I'm telling any lies right now, engineer cut the mic and level the track.